The 6 symptoms of Crohn's disease that ERISA disability carriers just don't get. Crohn's disease is a chronic condition that will cause inflammation in your small and your large intestine. That can be painful. It's a type of inflammatory bowel disease, IBS, that isn't curable. Now, Crohn's symptoms can wax and wane, and there can be periods of no symptoms, mild symptoms, and severe flare-ups. This waxing and waning can be problematic from a proof standpoint. Disability carriers or plans like to terminate or deny claims when the policyholder or the plan beneficiary has periods of no symptoms or mild symptoms. I think that it's important that you keep a diary of your symptoms. You want to log the following symptoms: the nature of the symptoms, the frequency of your symptoms, the duration of your symptoms, and how those symptoms impact your ability to function. So you might want to keep an Excel spreadsheet. There are 6 symptoms of Crohn's disease that I think ERISA disability carriers don't get. And those symptoms include stomach pain, stomach cramps, diarrhea, bloody stools, fever, and fatigue. Those are the things that you should be tracking. Now, what I would think that would be appropriate would be a 24-hour day, and you can document when you have the stomach problems and the cramps, together with what medication you took and your response. Now, this will show a picture, if you will, of what's happening. But let's say you have the cramps that are so severe that you have to lie down. You should be documenting when you lie down, how long you're down, whether or not you're able to nap, and if so, for how long. Now, you should also be keeping a diary of the frequency and nature of your diarrhea and your bloody stools. I know that's gross, but you got to do it. It's difficult to meet the pace and production requirements of an occupation if you're running to and from the bathroom and you're in the bathroom for more than 5 minutes. If you use the restroom, it's really important that you talk about how that is impacting your ability to do things around your home. What do I mean? You may not go to the grocery store because you're having episodes, or you may have to manage your diet so that you can go to the grocery store, or you can only run in and do short errands because you got to run to the bathroom. As gross as this may sound, in determining whether or not you are having or can or cannot do the material and substantial duties of your occupation, the fact that you have to take these breaks will interfere with your ability to do the material and substantial duties. So it's the frequency of the breaks, the length of the breaks, and of course you may have a sense of the diarrhea that's coming, and that may interfere with your ability to concentrate. So we want these whole episodes to be documented, and I think an Excel spreadsheet is probably the best way to do this and to document all of the symptoms that you're having. Now, if you're having fever, I think that you also need to document that, when the fever started, potentially what the temperature was, and what you did to bring the temperature down. Now, fatigue is a huge problem, and I think, again, that's something you should be documenting in your diary. You want to document how well you sleep, whether you have to nap, how long you're able to sleep, whether or not your sleep is interrupted by your symptoms. I think documentation is really key, and ultimately you're going to give a copy of this to your doctor at each visit so that they can make that part of your medical records. But ultimately, you also want to keep a copy for yourself and potentially provide it to the carrier. Your doctor's going to be asked questions and asked to fill out forms about your functionality, and you want your doctor to have a basis for the nature of your symptoms and how those symptoms impact your ability to function. You don't want the disability carrier to make assumptions or speculate about your problems and how those may impact your ability to do your own occupation or any occupation. You can see it takes a team to get your disability benefits. Working closely with you and your physician is key, in my view, to getting the disability insurance benefits you deserve for these types of medical problems. If you have any questions about your rights to disability benefits for Crohn's, contact me today at 727-894-3188. I can help you get the disability benefits you deserve regardless of where you live in the United States and regardless of who your disability carrier is. 727-894-3188.